Welcome to this video, and if you've clicked on this video, then most likely you are struggling with planning your day, building a routine, and you're just trying to burn fat, right? Especially around your current business or your current 9-to-5 job, right? So in this video, I'm basically gonna run through everything you need to know and just give you a few tips. And at the end as well, I'm gonna give you actionable steps you can use in order to take forward into your daily routine, into your life, because those small habits and small wins you build up each day will have a huge effect on your health and on your future right down the line, especially if you're running a business or you're looking after a family, kids, all of those things, right? You need energy, you need time, right? Because if you're healthy, you look after your health, you actually add more years onto the end of your life, which is always great, right? And then also on top of that as well, you have more energy for your kids and family and running your business, especially if you're running a business like myself. I know actually how busy it is, especially trying to look after like employees, everyone like that, right? It's a nightmare, right? And it can be a nightmare, but if you have enough energy and you've gone to the gym, you've looked after yourself and you've done the things you have to do throughout the day in order to have a successful day, then you will have no problem and it will just make the whole process a lot easier. But in this video, I'm going to show you how high performers burn fat and stay healthy with no extra time, right? Because I know you guys are busy, I'm busy, and look, life's busy, right? So I wish there was more time in the day, but sometimes you just got to deal with it. But yeah, let's jump into the video. So here are a few results that my clients have got recently. I actually used these guys in the last video as well, but these are also a great, I thought I'd leave them on here because they also run their own businesses and they work 9-to-5 jobs, just like my guy Pascal here. He's actually lost, he sent a vote into the group chat today. He's on 100 kg today. So he's lost 25 kilograms in like 3 months, which is ridiculous, right? 25 kilograms, right? Just over 50 pounds. And he's looking amazing, like actually amazing. His face, everything is awesome, right? And he's been able to do this working around his 9-to-5 job at BMW, right? Working at BMW, right? Absolute nightmare, right? Long hours, all that, right? You guys know what a 9-to-5 is like. And then Ronnie as well, lost 10 pounds in 30 days whilst running his business and working his full-time job. And with his job and everything like that, I know he has to manage like multiple guys. He's only young as well, right? And he had a few ups and downs in the past with friends and family and stuff. But we're not going to get into the personal level. But since coming in, he has completely transformed. I'm so proud of this guy. He's come in, he's more consistent than ever. He's more confident. He has a reason to wake up in the morning, and he's been able to do this all whilst balancing his job, running his own business, and trying to manage other people and all of those things, right? As you guys probably know, so busy, especially when he's basically a manager, right? He has to manage people and tell people where to go, what to do and stuff like that, right? And then there's Richard, lost 15 pounds, eliminated morning stiffness, and can now exercise pain-free, all whilst balancing his job and having to look after family, right? Everyone's got family. Everyone knows how important family is, right? So if you've got enough time throughout the day, right, to get your exercise in, then throughout the rest of the day, you're going to have enough energy and you're going to be able to push forward. And look, you're probably going to reduce that lower back pain, which is going to affect you, right? And if you don't, as I said, if it's going to affect you in a bad way if you don't fix that lower back pain, right? Especially if you're playing with your kids or whatever, you're chucking them in the air, you catch them, I don't know, right? It depends how old they are. But that's for example, right? So reducing that lower back stiffness has been a no-brainer, all right? Especially for some of my clients, like Pascal as well, who had that exact issue, right? And then the core problem, so health versus hustle. So business owners and 9-to-5 professionals often sacrifice health for productivity. Like myself, right? It's so common, so common. You get so locked up in work. You got this, you got that to do. You got to manage this employee. You got to pay this person. You've got to get that task done on a certain deadline, right? It gets overwhelming sometimes. So I know how it feels, right? And long hours, commutes, and stress equal high cortisol, and then causes you to gain stubborn belly fat, right? And just so you guys understand, cortisol is a hormone that's released when you're stressed, right? And that hormone actually ends up causing your body to store a lot more fat, right? And stubborn belly fat around the lower part of your belly, right? Which is why you start building up and you can't get rid of it, right? So annoying. So that's the reason to that. And then sedentary routines also tighten up hip flexors and lower back stiffness. I'm going to give you a few things right throughout the whole video. So make sure you work through the whole video just so you guys can understand exactly step by step on what you guys can start incorporating into your daily routine to get rid of that tight hip flexor sort of syndrome and all of that, right? Because no one wants to be getting tight hips and bad back and lower back pain, right? Especially myself. I know how bad lower back pain is, right? And then the key idea here, the solution isn't more time, it's smart integration of fat burning and health habits into daily life, right? And I'm not going to tell you guys you need to be training an hour every single day. In this video, it's purely just things you guys can start incorporating into your daily routine, right? I'm not going to say, look, when you're at the gym for this hour, do this, that, and that, right? 100% that will help. But I'm going to give you things you can do, just add into your current routine. So it's not going to take up any more time throughout the day, or it might have like a minute here and there, but apart from that, it's totally fine and you will have enough time to do these, right? And then the power of micro workouts. So instead of 1 hour gym sessions, which I was just explaining, use movement snacks, right? So 2 to 5 minute bursts. For example, push-ups against the desks, stair sprints, or grease and groove pull-ups. So grease and groove pull-ups is something I do, right? I love to do. I know a lot of people might already do them, right? So, I mean, you can do it with pull-ups or anything like that. So let's say every hour you do 5 pull-ups, right? Something like that. Or with push-ups, you can do every hour you do 10 push-ups throughout the day, right? Sort of thing. And just kind of bringing it out throughout the day. And this elevates the NEAT, right? Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, right? Which helps burn more calories throughout the day. So it just helps keep the blood and the heart pumping quicker, so you actually end up burning more calories at rest, right? It's the same with anything, right? The larger your muscle mass is, the more calories and the higher metabolism is, right? Because you're burning more calories at rest, just due to the larger muscle mass. And studies show short, intense bursts boost fat oxidation and productivity, right? And obviously breaking sitting cycles helps reduce hip and lower back stiffness also, right? So just honestly, it takes 2 minutes throughout your day, right? To get down, give me 10, 20 push-ups just to get the heart moving, move your arms around, right? Move your back about, move your shoulders about, right? Just get everything loose. And then from there, you'll get back into work. You'll feel a lot better, right? You have more energy. It's kind of like just having a shot of caffeine, right? You have that, you know what I mean? You can breathe properly and it just gets your heart going again, right? And everything like that is very, very good. I do it a lot. And then nutrition timing for busy schedule. So time restricted eating, say 14, 16 hour fasting, easier for meetings, travel, reduces decision fatigue, improves fat metabolism, right? So all of these little things here, you guys can start incorporating, right? So front load protein early, right? So in the morning, this basically helps reduce that hunger hormone, right? If you can bring on a lot of protein in the morning, and protein is known to reduce that feeling of hunger over a longer period of time. So for in the morning, for example, egg whites, Greek yogurt, protein shake, right? Great way to start the morning. And it just helps reduce that hunger hormone, as I said earlier, right? And avoid coffee and pastries, right? These spike insulin levels and worsen afternoon crashes, right? I mean, especially for myself, and the thing is, everything I'm telling you guys here, I've literally tested on myself. I've worked with other people who've done the same thing, right? And for myself especially, coffee is a killer, right? I never eat pastries anyway, so it's not really been an issue, but coffee I used to drink a lot of. I don't drink any coffee at all at the moment, right? And coffee, like I would get to like 5 o'clock and I would crash, right? I would have like 2 coffees throughout the day. I'd get to 5 o'clock and I'd just be gone. Everyone acts differently, but for me, coffee was terrible, right? And if you guys are finding you're crashing at around 4, 5, 6 o'clock, right, and you can't get any more work done, maybe try getting off the coffee. I know it'll be hard, but just try getting off it. Try it for a week. And trust me, your energy levels will start increasing, especially if you've got a healthy diet to back that up with, right? And order double protein at business lunch, right? So chicken, salmon, beans without adding carbs, right? So for example, I don't know, say you got a buffet or you're out for dinner, instead of ordering loads of carbs and all of this and piling on that, get more chicken, get more beans, get more salmon, right? This just helps keep you fuller for longer, right? And ginger or green tea before meals also enhances digestion and mild thermogenic effect, right? So honestly, I mean, green tea, I have probably 3 to 4 times a week. Great way to just help with digestion, and ginger as well. I mean, I love smoothies. Ginger is always in my smoothies. Great for the blood as well, which is also a big thing for a lot of people out there. And then desk-based mobility and fat burning combo, right? So this is something I was mentioning earlier, right? So every 3 to 5 minutes every hour. So 3 to 5 minutes every hour. Sorry. So 90-90 hip stretch, right? So so for example, if you're laying on the floor, you sit down and you put your legs into 90 degrees, right? I'll put like a photo on the top here so you guys can kind of see the shape. But that's basically a 90-90 hip stretch, and this helps relieve tight hips and lower back pressure. And when you do it as well, you can kind of move about, stretch about, move your arms around, right? It just helps with relieving that lower back tightness and pressure as well. And then chair spinal rotations, right? Improves posture, aids digestion, then isometric contractions as well. So you have isometric, so that's just like really tensing the muscles whilst you're seated. So it's like doing a plank, for example. Imagine doing a plank, right? That's an isometric contraction, right? And this helps give you that mini calorie burn as well, right? And actually can help just tone you up and help you feel a bit stronger, right? And then micro mobility keeps your body primed for calorie expenditure and reduces back stiffness also, right? And a quick tip here is improved blood flow equals sharper decision making, which is something that I know every single one of you want. And that's why you all drink probably coffee. And if you don't, brilliant. But for everyone else there, and especially me, I always want to be sharp. I always want to be able to make decisions, and the right ones quickly, as quick as I can. So by doing these little things every hour, right, you're going to make sharper decisions, right? Everything's going to be that much quicker, and you're going to feel better as well, right? And your body actually will feel a whole lot better. And a few great things as well, yoga, I mean, that takes a bit longer, but other great things you guys can do for mobility. And then stress management that burns fat. So chronic stress equals higher cortisol and fat storage, especially around the waist, as we kind of mentioned earlier. 60 seconds of box breathing between meetings lowers cortisol and blood pressure, right? So for all you guys who don't know what box breathing out there, so for example, you breathe in for 4 seconds, then you hold it for 4 seconds, and then you breathe out for 4 seconds, and you hold it for 4 seconds, and you breathe in for 4 seconds. So it's like a box, right? So you're breathing in, hold it, out, hold it, in, hold it, out, hold it, in, hold it, yeah. So that's where you got to think about it. So that's box breathing. And the NSDR, so non-sleep deep rest, 10 to 15 minute audio, accelerates recovery, improves fat burning hormone balance, right? I actually put a link here. I'm going to put that in the description of this video. You guys can go and watch it. But this is something I do, or those days you actually, like, you're not drinking coffee, you've got a brilliant diet, you've done everything right, but some days you are just a lot more tired than normal, right? So for example here, copy the link, right? Give it a watch, right? And obviously put your headphones in, lay down somewhere quiet, right? Maybe even close your eyes, sit down, right? Whatever you want to do, right? And just listen for 10 minutes, and it will just help boost and accelerate that recovery and everything like that. It's super, super good. And then also another guy, Paul McKenna. Paul McKenna is also really, his stuff's so good. I'll put a link to his stuff as well in the description. And then walking phone calls equals mental reset and calorie burns, right? And obviously there are a few other techniques I'm going to jump into earlier that you guys can probably invest in, right? And lower stress equals fewer cravings at night and indirect fat loss, right? So the lower your stress, you won't want to crave throughout the night, which is also something that has a direct correlation with fat loss, right? And then smart tech and environment hacks. So standing desk or treadmill desk, right, doubles calories burned versus sitting. As I was saying, like, stand up, right? I mean, right now I'm sitting down, or I might actually invest in getting myself one. But I mean, at the moment, I quite enjoy getting up every hour, do a few pull-ups on the pull-up bar or whatever, right? You can actually get a bar to put on your door, which is what I've done, right? And then do a few pull-ups, do a few push-ups every hour, or you can get a walk-in treadmill desk, right? So you bring the desk up, have the small treadmill, great way to also move. And then Pomodoro, right? You can use this even for work and study. So, and movement pairing. So every 25 minutes, you do your push-ups, squats, or stretch, right? It's similar to kind of that every hour sort of thing. But I mean, I used to do this with studying and everything like that back in the day, especially when I was doing my badges for personal training and everything like that. I would literally do all my things. I would study for 30 to 60 minutes, have like a 20-minute break, right? Do whatever I need to do, then get back into it, right? And I could just do that throughout the whole day. And then blue light blockers in the evening, right, equal deep sleep and more growth hormone and fat burning, right? So blue light blockers, you get the glasses, right? And it just helps reduce that blue light into your eyes, right? Which causes you to stay awake throughout the night and things like that, right? So it just helps with getting a better sleep, right? And when you have a good night's sleep, you actually reduce that stress level, right? As I said here, right? More growth hormones and helps with fat burning on top of that, right? And then keep resistance bands in the office for a quick pump and metabolic boost, right? It's the same thing, right? I mean, I've got bands everywhere really, but like great way to just even increase the resistance of your push-ups, right? You put them around the back, bang out some push-ups with the resistance bands, and it's great way to get a little pump, right? And then little known as well, so chilly office temperature around 66 to 68 Fahrenheit triggers mild brown fat activation and increases calories burnt, which is, I mean, I had no idea about this before, but I was obviously doing a bit of my research and I realized, right, every time obviously I keep my window open on a hot day or whatever, right, I actually can work a lot better when it's around that temperature, right? And I've actually got a thermometer up there, so I know the temperature, so it's around that as well right now, which is awesome. Which is why I feel good, which is why I can work, and I've been at my desk for quite a while now. So yeah, awesome there. And sustainable high performer blueprint. So sleep equals priority one, right? So 7 to 8 hours, blackout curtains, no phone in bed, right? Having your phone is a complete, and curtains as well, right? That's one thing with me. If my curtains isn't open or anything like that, I cannot sleep, right? I cannot sleep, especially in the morning when it's early, right? You got that light beaming through, really annoying. And then batch cooking on healthy meal delivery removes that willpower battles, right? So meal prepping, I say it to all my clients, spend Sunday, right? 1 hour out your Sunday. That's all it takes. You can get a good bolognese or whatever. That's what I do, right? Mince everything cooked up, let it marinate throughout the day, put it into boxes, boom, you've got a good meal there for the rest of your week, right? And you can freeze it as well, so it lasts for ages. And then weekend movement stacking, so hiking, long walks, resistance training. Key reminder as well here is you don't need more hours, you need smarter systems. And it's what I've been giving you throughout this whole time, right? You need to make sure you start incorporating these small things into your daily routine. And another one as well that I was telling Pascal to do at the beginning was, right, instead of taking the elevator, take the stairs. Like these small things are going to make a huge difference for your fat loss journey, right? And results that you can see was obviously leaner body, better energy, reduced lower back stiffness, and high productivity, right? And everyone wants them, right? So if you guys are on the edge and you're not sure about what to do, then my number one thing is to start doing something each day, right? Even if that's 20 minutes throughout your day, go for a walk, go for a run, do something and just start building up slowly. And then from there, you guys will see progress and you will start getting into a routine, right? The first month or two is always the hardest, but once you're in that rhythm, you will get to where you want to get to. And look, end of the day, I'm going to end it off here. And yeah, trust the timing, guys, and you guys are going to smash it. So keep up the good work.